Hi everyone, I want to show you a few of the features of the new Holy Stone HS720H, and what I found it to be is a very easy to use drone for those just getting started or for those who are more advanced. And I'm just going to go over some of the basics so that you don't get confused in the beginning. There's so much to read in the book, and I suggest you do that so that you can understand it even further. But I'm not going to go into every single feature. Those are things that you'll want to learn as you move forward. I'll tell you what they have so that you know they're available, but it would take forever to go over each and every one. So I just want to get you up and going so that you can start to enjoy your drone. So to start with, let me just go over. You got the drone. It does give you spare props, and I'm going to recommend you pay attention to that. Should you, and some extra little screws, should you drop one, because they are tiny. If you do need to replace a prop, they are angled either down or up, depending on which ones you do. So this one and this one will be the same. This one and this one will be the same. So just make sure that these match up so that you don't put them on wrong. In other words, if you did, it's going to flip when you start it. So just pay attention to what one you need to use. It does give you a charging cable, which you can plug into, I believe, a C port is what connects into the battery, but it's an actual USB port where you plug it into the computer or your little charging port. They do give you a little screwdriver. So let's get into some of the other things that are really nice about how they send this to you. They send it in a really plush case, which, as you can see, is designed to hold the drone, the battery, the charger, and it has some protections to keep it from moving. So the things that you need to do to get started, first of all, you need to charge your battery. And so all you do there on this side, right at the top, is where you hook in the one side of the cable, plug it into the charger, wait for the lights. They're going to start to flash, and once the last one starts flashing, you're good to go. So let me plug that in, and make sure you snap it. Hold it on the side, don't hold it on the arms, and just make sure it's snapped in, or not. Doesn't let you do it upside down. Either way, it is in there solid. You just want to make sure. So the other thing you need to do is take off the gimbal protector. And how I found to do it, they tell you to push on the bottom. What I found is right here, I press down, so I basically go that, pull it down a little bit, and it comes right off. Same thing with going on. There's a little clip at the bottom. I put it in the bottom, make sure it's in the bottom, and then I just press that like there. So that protects it so that it doesn't get ruined. So let's take it off so that you can understand how it works. And the reason, or the features of the gimbal, is that as your drone turns, goes up and down, this is going to maintain stability. So instead of getting a real jittery photo or video, it's going to look really stable, as if somebody's got a tripod in the sky. And at the end of this video, or you can skip ahead if you don't want to listen to all this, I'm going to have some videos I took from the drone and some photos. And the unique thing is they're captured on a SD card, which you'll have to get. I have a 32 gigabyte card. It goes right in the slot there, and I formatted it with the computer. It also will store on your smart device, and I looked at the quality between the two. It's always going to be clear on the SD card because it's stored right in the unit itself, the drone, where the ones that are stored on your phone are being transmitted. So you lose a little clarity. So if you really want the best, get an SD card and record it that way. You don't have to, but I would suggest you do that. So it comes with a controller, and how that works, I'm going to go over it. Then I'm going to start up and just show you some basics. So you've got your, basically your hand grips down there, your props, bring them down a little bit. Oops, like that. and you can play with however you want on there. And now your controller also can hold your smartphone. So right here, you pull out, and I suggest you pull it out, not real hard, but like that. So now it clips. So now you should be able to hear it click up and down. Lift this little flap up. Put your phone the way you're going to probably use it. And there you go. So I'm going to just put that back in for now. So now the things I want to show you is just basically how to get started. So what I do, I turn on the controller, and I'll go over a few of the features afterwards, but I turn on the controller, then I go to the drone, and you hold it on until you'll hear it beep. I'm going to actually face it this way so you can see, but it should sync up right now. Your first time, there's going to be a compass calibration required, but let's forget that right now. You start those two up, then I go to my smartphone, and I go to my settings, and I go to Wi-Fi. This is an iPhone. It's going to work similar for the Android phones, and you'll have an Android app. Basically, in case I forget to tell you, on page 19, I believe it is, there are two codes that you can scan with your phone, one for the iOS and one for Android, but the actual app, if you need to search for it either in the Play Store or on the App Store, it's called Ophelia Fly, and it's two separate words. It's OPHELIA space fly, and you'll see that. That's the app that those barcodes will take you to, but in case it doesn't, that's the app you need to get. So now I go to Wi-Fi, and in a few moments after all this is turned on, you're going to see Holy Stone. Hopefully you can see that. But once that Holy Stone comes up, you push it. Give it a few moments. Okay, you're good to go there. So now I go back out, and I'm going to go to that Ophelia Fly app. So now it says enter device. So I gave it a little time to power up and sync itself, and it's also found 12 satellites, and this is indoors, so that's really amazing. Outdoors, it's going to pick up more. So I'm going to enter the app, and in a few moments, we'll know we're connected, because right now, it's not looking like there's any signal. So just give it a few moments, and then all of a sudden, you're going to see the camera kick on, and once that does, we're going to move forward. Okay, now you see you're connected. Once you see the picture, the video, you know that you're completely ready to go. It may take a minute, maybe two, depending on the signal, the speed of your phone, and everything else. But once you're there, you're good to go. So for now, all you need to do is, in the beginning, it's going to want you to do what they call a compass calibration. And that's important, so it always knows where your drone is in reference to your polarities. So if it doesn't do that, you can either go to your app, and if you hit the little gear up here, and then you're going to see a thing that says sensor status and security. If you touch sensor status, it's going to let you do a calibration. But the way they recommend it, and the way it's probably going to go, is they want you to put both controllers to the bottom right. So I'm going to do that real quick. So now it's telling me it wants a calibration, as you can see in the upper right, and that may be the way it comes on your very first time. So what you do then is you turn this 3 complete rotations. That's 1, 2, 3. And then it's going to want you to turn it down or up and make 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. And now you're going to see that we're green now and we're good to go. So in the book tells you that, but it's basically 3 rotations in the way it's sitting, 3 rotations either pointing up or down. That just lets it know where the north and south, east and west is. And you want that, because if it doesn't get set, your drone's gonna, and it doesn't matter what make drone you have, it can go crazy. So you've got settings, and you can adjust basically your distance from home that it can fly, how high it'll go when you run into an error where it has to return home, whether it be a signal loss or battery goes low. I look around the area, and I always pick an altitude, and that's set in the settings of about 100 feet. So I know for the most part, if it's far out and it goes into return to home, or I push return to home, which is up here on your controller, what it's going to do, it's going to raise up and then it's going to come back. So you don't want it to come back at 20 feet because it's going to hit something. So basically you are ready to go. And I'm not going to do it here because these probably will blow all over, but you've got a lock button down here on your controller. You press that once, and your motors are going to start up instantly. Not going to take off, it's just going to start. Then up here, you've got basically a takeoff and land button. So what it's going to do, it's going to raise up, I'm guessing about 4 feet, and just sit there and wait. That's one thing really nice about being controlled by the satellites, and also an optical flow positioning system that keeps it very stable. Don't fly it in the house. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, and I may test it in this room, but you don't want to, because you're going to hit something, you're going to go the wrong direction, you're going to lose GPS or something. So take it outside in an open area. I would suggest definitely flying in an area where you don't have trees, so you get used to it, you understand it. So basically at that point, like I said, you're going to push your lock button here, then you're going to take off. Then you get your controls, which you're going to have to figure those out. But what's nice is it takes up by itself. You don't have to worry about it going crazy. Take it up maybe 20 feet so that it's out of way of any of the obstacles that are near you, so you get used to it. Go slow. There is, you're going to see on here, it's on low speed. Not sure how it's going to power up, but you do have a button here. Hold it in. Now it's going to go to high speed, meaning that it's going to respond faster. Or if it's windy and you're more advanced, you can fly in a little bit heavier wind. So I'm going to just turn it back to low, and it will also report back here that it's on low. You'll see a low and high here. You also have on the controller a way to take a picture. So if I just press it once, it took a picture. If I hold it down, now it's on video. You're also going to see that it's recording right up here, and you can also turn on the camera from your smart app. So I'm going to just turn that off for a moment. And also on the controller, this little knob here adjusts the gimbal up and down. You're going to be really surprised at how the quality of the video and photos come out. And while it's videoing, you can still take a photo. You can click take a photo. So if you see something that's really nice, stop your drone, take a photo. It's always better to video basically in a hover position so that it gives you the most stable. But you're going to see mine moving along, then you're going to see a turn, and you're going to see some photos. And like I said earlier, or what I wanted to say is that the photos in the phone that it's capturing are not going to be quite as crisp because of the transmission of the signal. But take the SD card out and you'll be fine. So there's not a whole lot more to get you up and going. I'm going to power this down to show you right now. Basically, hold it in until all the lights go out. And then you can put your gimbal protector back on, which I'll show you again. Oh, the controller's telling me I've lost signal. So I'm going to just snap this on. It's always good because you never know if it's going to jar or anything. And be careful as you put it back on too. So now it protects it a little bit. If you're gentle with it, you won't have any issues. And what's nice about this drone too is it does collapse, which is the way it's coming to you, and fits right into the case. So let's just go over some of the features on the app that make it really nice. And you're going to have to learn this, but basically what I just showed you is going to get you up and get you flying. Then as you feel more comfortable, then you advance yourself. Some of these things will not work, like your point of interest. Down here you can flip between your camera view and your location. Up here you see a little picture of a world. If you touch that, you're going to actually get a GPS, view of exactly where your drone is. And you're going to want to have that on when you do what this is here. It's basically waypoints. So it won't work without it being up in the air and running. But once you touch this, right now it's telling me it won't work because it's not flying. But once you touch this, you have the ability, and this is what's really neat. On your GPS or on your map, for example, I clicked 4 spots. So it's waypoints 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can put activate, and what it's going to do, it'll come up with a little bar to slide. Once you slide it, the drone is going to go by itself to this point, and so on, and then it will come back to wherever your last point is, and then you take control again. That is really cool. So you can go pretty good distance with that, but that's nice because then you can let it do it, and you're going to see it traveling on your map. And over here, you're going to have, I don't know if you can see it, it's a follow me, point of interest, and a headless mode. So the follow me is, as long as you have your control in your phone, and wherever you go, it's going to follow you. Point of interest is pretty cool. You're going to pick a spot, and the drone is going to circle, and it's going to stay focused on that spot. So say, I've done it on barns. There's a barn, so I point that as the point of interest, and the drone will fly around, and it will get a 360-degree view of that object. So it's got so many features that you probably won't use at first. You're going to like the waypoints. That is one of my most fun things to do with it. Also, when you do click up here, it's hard to see, I'm sure, but there's a little arrow that points to the right. If you click on that, you're going to see the videos and the photos that you've taken with the drone. And I can watch each one of these. Click up here, there's 3 little dots, and you can then go and you can click on them, push down here, whoops, and you can send them to your phone. You can save them in the photos, you can send them to people, and it just really offers you so many different options. It's going to allow you to take this from just playing around to really some nice videos. I'm really impressed with the quality of the camera, and it gives you about a 26-minute, they say, flight time. I didn't fly it that long. I honestly don't know, and it's also going to depend on how aggressive you are flying. But either way, it's going to fly long enough for you to have fun with. I'm trying to think if there's anything more I can do to help you with it, other than watch the photos, look at the videos, and just to see how well it did. And if there's any questions I can help you with, leave them, and if I can, I'll try to answer. Holy Stone has been a good company. In other words, if something goes wrong, they're going to stand behind you. It's not just a drone you buy from someone and it breaks, you're done. They're going to help you understand it. They're going to make you happy with the purchase. So either way, I've got quite a few of their drones, and my grandkids have all enjoyed them. I've enjoyed them. This one I can't wait to take back out. It was a little windy this morning when I was out there, and surprisingly, it was very stable. So I'm happy with it. Again, just get it synced up. The important thing is controller on, drone on, your app onto the Holy Stone. Give it a few moments. It could take a minute, maybe even two, depending on the syncing of everything. Go to the Ophelia Fly app. Once the camera pops up on the bottom, and again, you can toggle. Let me get out of here, and I'm just going to show you. You can toggle between the camera and the map by this button here. So I leave it on the camera. Once the camera pops up and you see the picture or whatever the camera is aiming at, you're good to go. So enjoy. I hope this wasn't too boring. I hope it helped you be successful. Suggestions again, don't fly near trees. Take it out to an open area. Don't worry about all the features and functions. Just play with it. Get used to flying. Get used to the controls. You do have automatic settings that if the signal is lost, it's going to go to that altitude. And again, make sure over here in the settings, you adjust these for if it's for one of your children. Maybe set it that it can't go more than 200 feet away, or it can't go more than 100 feet up. So you can set all those so that's some protection that it won't get away from you. But if something goes wrong, that return to home is important. Look around your surroundings. What is the highest object in the area you're flying? Make sure your return to home is set higher than that so that it goes up, passes by everything, and lands, and it will land right about where you took off. This is your return to home button. If you push this, that drone is going to go straight up to that altitude, and it's going to come back to where you are. Enjoy. Hope you enjoy this as much as I've enjoyed it. I can't wait to take it out. I'm going to get my grandson out this weekend with it, and we'll go from there. Watch the videos, watch the pictures. Wish you all the best. Be safe. Bye-bye.